Number one, have you guys heard about this David Tesla case? So there's this singer who I've actually discovered recently. This is such an odd, the timing is so bizarre, right, in life. But I actually discovered David the other day. I discovered that, I think I stumbled across him because of that big song he's got with Kali Uchis. And I then went on a bit of a rabbit hole, checking his stuff out. And he's really cool, like in terms of as an artist. He's got a really cool little thing that he does where he kind of like, he records music basically off his iPhone. And, you know, obviously cleans up in other apps and stuff, but he majorly can make an entire song using these iPhone apps that he use, layering his voice and vocals and shit, melodies, instruments. It's fucking cool. And he has this thing where he does where he kind of sits in a cupboard in his house, has like a GoPro in the corner of the roof, recording him as he's making the song live. And one of the songs that he made live, he had Kali Uchis jump on it, and she killed it, right? She killed that feature. So I'm a big fan of this kid, or, you know, of his music and shit. Then suddenly out of the blue on social media, it comes out that, this artist called David, who's like, I guess you'd call him like pop R&B pop, whatever you call him, really good voice. His Tesla had been found abandoned in like a car repo place, but they'd found a body inside it. And at first, because he's I guess because he's clean cut, nobody assumed it was the body was linked to him. Everyone just thought, oh, maybe it's a car that he didn't sell or got stolen or whatever, and it's abandoned maybe because he's rich. That boy has nothing to do with him. Then as the days went by, murmurs started to come out about him and having some relationship with this really young girl. And then unfortunately for the family, of course, it was confirmed by the police that the body that they found in the car was of this young girl that people thought was romantically linked to David. But what makes the case horrible is that, number one, the body inside that trunk or in the car in general was decomposing. Now people are speculating because no one's come out from the coroners to say the details of like what state the body is in. Some people say the body was decomposing to the point where it was just falling apart. Other people are saying like it was maybe dismembered in terms of cut into different pieces. But regardless, it was, you know, she could only be identified by like a tattoo or something that her mum said she had in like red ink. And I think that tattoo is a similar sort of tattoo that David had. I think it was like a shh one, right? That famous one that Rihanna's got on her finger. But then the part of the story that makes it the worst thing ever, especially for David, is that the girl was 15 years old. And they're alleging, right, that maybe this girl was 13 when he met her. She was 15 at the point of her death, but they're saying that she may have been 13 when he met her. 13 years old. And this kid, I'm assuming, is probably in his mid-20s, you know, or something, or whatever. Definitely too old for her. But can you imagine how tragic that is? And to add even more tragedy to this whole thing, I think she's basically what people would deem to be a runaway, or she was a runaway. So she had been missing for a couple of years, I think they said. But her family or somebody from her family was a point of contact, so she'd check in from time to time. But she'd not been living in like her house, you know, of her parents or guardians for a number of years. She'd be running up and down, I'm assuming, or just being outside. So that makes it super hard, super sad, because you'd imagine if you're a runaway at that sort of age, most likely you're running away from some trouble at home. You're a bit, you know, you've got your issues that you're going through. You're vulnerable, for lack of a better term. So it's just really tragic that a girl like this, so vulnerable, that young, would end up in this type of situation. It's just really, really, really tragic. And then obviously to add more weirdness to the story, to add really a lot of weirdness to the story, a lot of fucking weirdness. People are now bringing up music videos, clips, and loads of things that support the claim that maybe this guy was leaving breadcrumbs everywhere about what he may do. People are, you know, bringing up music videos of his where he's burying people, a song where he talks about the girl, I think her name is Celeste, and he kind of mentions her in the song, and it kind of sounds like a goodbye letter. Like loads of stuff in his music that kind of relates to that girl and to maybe her passing. It's really fucking tragic. And I think they're gonna obviously investigate it and shit. But what makes it a little bit weird and scary, I'm pretty sure he's on a world tour at the moment. He's meant to be on a world tour. When the body was found in his Tesla, I'm pretty sure he continued touring. Like, he didn't stop. That's the dicey thing about it. Like, Jesus Christ. I think I played a video on the Random Show the other day. He was handing out Labubus at his show. like throwing out the boo-boos to the crowd. And it's like, God damn it, guy, there's like a body fan in your car. Aren't you worried? Aren't you concerned? Like, I don't know. Who knows? But the latest update here is courtesy of TMZ that I wanted to catch you up on. It says, David case, the cops have searched home for blood near his abandoned Tesla. So that's the kid called David. His name is spelled like that though, D4vd. It says here, cops are looking into the possibility that Celeste Rivas, that's the girl that unfortunately was found there, was killed inside a Los Angeles home where singer David was living. Because TMZ has learned investigators who searched the Moore home were looking for blood. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ LAPD Scientific Investigation Division took part in a 12-hour search of David's home using luminol to look for trace amounts of blood. I'm just surprised. I think maybe I watched too many cop shows. Maybe I watched too many thrillers, too many dramas. But I'm surprised they haven't arrested him yet, you know? Because he's the last known person to probably be with her. By all accounts, he was a romantic boyfriend, whatever, right? They were going out, they were close, whatever. There's lots of evidence of them together. I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested. I'm sure he's been questioned, but I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested based off the fact that he kind of knows her and he's probably the last person that saw her alive, you know? But I guess it doesn't work out that way. I guess if you're a police, you have to make sure you build the case to ensure that if you do make the arrest, he doesn't make bail. And then, you know what I mean? You want to make sure you got everything, all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed, I'm assuming. But what do I know? Law enforcement tell TMZ that's the young lady, unfortunately, down the left-hand side. You know, literally looking at her, she's like a baby. I'm not gonna lie. I know maybe I'm, you know, it's easy to look at it now in hindsight, but you can even tell from that picture alone that girl looks like a baby. That doesn't look like a young adult woman to me. The fact the LAPD used luminol is significant. It's a chemical used by forensic investigators to detect blood at crime scenes. Luminol reacts with the iron in hemoglobin, glowing blue when it comes in contact with blood in dark rooms on some Dexter shit. Think of it like the black light for the finding blood. As for why the cops are looking for blood, it's significant because Celeste's body was found in a Tesla parked near the house. The Tesla is registered in his name. We're told investigators didn't look for traces of blood on floors and surfaces. They also looked in sink drains. It's unclear if the luminol turned up any blood. You know what's funny about this whole report? Most likely, whoever the TMZ reporter is was just standing outside, looking at what they were doing, probably zooming in, was able to see they were using luminol, and most probably just paid somebody that was there, like a police person or somebody else maybe guarding the cordon around the house, just paid them some money to tell them where they were looking. That's how weird, I mean, this information just gets out, because this shouldn't really be in the public, really, should it? But this information gets out because everyone needs $50. Everyone needs $100. Everyone needs $200. Everyone needs $500. Why not? You know, cash in hand. No questions asked. Hey, what's going on in there? Where are they looking? Just tell me where they're looking. Bathroom, kitchen? Yeah, kitchen. Cool. You know? There's a bunch of people over there making a lot of good cash in hand. Our sources say the cops also swept the home for fingerprints and collected the hair samples. We do not know if the prints and the samples are significant in the investigation. As we reported, David seemed to be living in the home with his manager, Josh Marshall, that he was renting. That's them, and that's him and the girl together. TMZ contacted LAPD's robbery homicide division last week after speaking to Celeste, her mum, who told us that she had evidence that the unidentified body was her daughter. We provided the lead detective her name and number. Days later, the body was identified as Celeste. Okay, Jesus Christ. TMZ getting right involved. This is them on stream together.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan. Oh, thank you, Mitch.
Don't get cancelled, dog.
I gotta stop with him if you even... We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Yeah, if you any streamer that you hear, right, who regularly deletes VODs, regularly deletes videos and streams and shit and tries to hide shit, they get some dicey shit. Why don't you leave it up? If you're not leaving stuff like that up, you're probably getting up to some very, 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 very dicey shit. And yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. At the end of the day, a young lady unfortunately passed away. A young child passed away in tragic circumstances, all alone in a fucking Tesla somewhere, you know, decomposing in the fucking LA heat. I can't imagine you know, how tragic that is, a way to go out. So RIP to Celeste, of course. But you would imagine, right? Or it's fair to say that David's music career is over, right? I did see a post from Kali Uchi where she, or Uchez, where she fucking replied to somebody in her comments saying, oh yeah, I've seen the news. I'm going to, her and her team are trying to get the song that she did with him taken down. So everybody from the music industry is going to run away from him and shit. But I don't know, man. I think we're living in really flagrant times, you know? I think we're living in really flagrant times. I'm not going to lie. Because this kid was out here like publicly dating and being outside with a 15-year-old, you know, like giving no fucks before she died, of course, right? Giving no fucks. And there's stories coming out within his kind of group, within his community, saying that he was known to be a guy that kind of was hitting up all the young things, you know, and he went after them because specifically they were young, not because he got duped. Oh, you look 25. No, he was going after girls who are of a certain age. So I don't know. We live in really flagrant times. I feel like really fucking flagrant times where people they don't even want to keep their scumbaggery shit secret. You know, they just want to do everything out in the open, no matter how deplorable, no matter how degenerate, no matter how fucking awful, no matter what it is. They don't give a fuck. They don't really give a fuck at all. It's really fucking scary, honestly. We live in the scariest times. Low key, we live in the scariest times. But RIP to Celeste, RIP Blood Clot Celeste, RIP to her.